Hey y'all, this is Maddie from Orbital Events in San Diego. I'm here today meeting virtually with SIDEYARD. Can y'all introduce yourselves for our viewers?
Hey everyone, I'm Max. I am the lead guitarist and vocalist of SIDEYARD.
Hey, I'm Javier. I play bass.
Hey, I'm Dakota. I play guitar and I do vocals too.
Awesome. Where did you guys meet and where are you from?
Dakota and I met in our friend's SIDEYARD, and I'd never heard that word before, and we would always drink and hang out on the side yard and then jam in the garage, and then his parents would always be like, go smoke in the side yard or go drink in the side yard. And then I was like, oh, that's a cool name. But we're from Oceanside, California, started in Carlsbad, but now we're all pretty much in Oceanside or Vista.
I'm also from Carlsbad, so represent.
Oh yeah.
That's super sweet. Okay, so how would you describe your sound to someone who's never heard you before? Maybe they're watching this interview and they've just never even heard you before.
I don't know. How would you describe it, Debbie? What do you think?
I feel like Dakota probably best describe it because I feel like we've always talked about it, but haven't actually given a solid answer to that. Just because we're all
honestly, I think it's my bad.
Oh, you can go. Yeah.
I think it's honestly, I think it's like party music. I would say honestly, it's like party rock music. You just kind of want to like dance and jump around. I feel like.
And I know your
rock.
Your Instagram bio is rock and roll baby or something like rock and roll baby or something like that. So
yeah.
Is that accurate? You kind of like rock and roll?
That's accurate, yeah. It's like rock and roll, especially with Max on the leads.
Beach rock.
Kills it.
Nice. And how long have you guys been together as a band?
Almost 3 years, I think. It's getting close to 3 years this summer.
Well, I joined I think it was a little bit over a year ago. Just because it was most Max, Dakota, and then they had another drummer, Tristan. And then
You've almost been with us for 2 years.
I don't even
remember.
Oh, yeah.
And what's your dynamic when you make music together?
Normally Dakota writes these incredible progressions, and it'll just be the start of something you can already tell, and then we all just kind of jump on it to try to get some content on it. We'll all try to finish the song with more verses or harmonies or whatever. But Dakota starts a lot of the music. He writes some great stuff.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome. Have you been writing any music in quarantine?
We've been working on stuff. We haven't been able to meet very much, but we're always talking about when to release what. We have a lot of we're working on an album for this summer, but we got a couple singles we're gonna release before then, and it's always moving, but it slowed us down a bit.
More about your music. Who would you say your biggest inspiration is?
I would have to say probably the Material Boys. They're from Carlsbad. Super sick local band. They're not together anymore, but mad respect for those guys. The Shed, another local band. Probably heard of them. Honestly, it's just a bunch of local bands. Growing up in the scene, seeing them just kind of inspires you to write those riffs and want to play those shows.
Any big bands that come to mind when you think of a style you want to sound like?
I don't know, Max. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I don't know
like
what I
that.
want to sound like, but I know that when I hear some Surf Curse song, that one we always get down to, that reminds us of the energy it reminds me of the energy that we have sometimes.
Yeah, that's the energy we want,
Sometimes, yeah.
But you want to create your own energy is what I'm hearing.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to copy. It's your own sound.
Hell yeah.
So, local shows. What has been the most fun local show you've ever played?
Jack, start it off. I got some stories though.
Yeah, we want stories.
Honestly, like the last house show at your house, Max, the Halloween show. That was the best show, dude. And the first one too, the first Halloween show. Those
Yeah.
were just like, I feel like those were the best shows.
They're like legendary. We throw these Halloween parties, and sometimes other times we'll throw shows here. But I live in this house with like 5 roommates, and everyone's super cool. And one of my roommates like works in like audio visual, so we'll set up kind of like a little stage in the kitchen with tons of lights and all this stuff, and we'll have like a couple bands playing. And we'll throw a house party, and like the crowds get so crazy because of like the lights and all, like just the energy, because it's all good times and stuff. And it's just gnarly because it's like my kitchen, and then there's this sea of people in my kitchen, and it's like, this is so sick. Like, so I think about it sometimes when I'm in my kitchen. I'm like, damn, there's been some cool shows here.
I would say that last New Year's show we did at the Renter's house, that one was really cool. Like, just the energy that everyone had.
Oh yeah, the Renters throw some amazing shows too. They have like the same dynamic. They're a bunch of cool people live in a house together, throw really cool shows.
Yeah. I've been to shows at the Runner's house. It's like, it's great. It's solid.
Awesome.
And if you could play a show with any local band right now, who comes to mind? Who do you want to play with next?
If I could choose anyone, bring back Material Boys for a show. That'd be
Yeah.
so. They're not playing together anymore because they're all on to different greater things. But I mean, like, that nostalgia would be amazing.
Any other fun stories of local shows, festivals, gigs, anything?
The last Yard Fest that we had down in San Diego, in Balboa Park. That was like really cool. I think Dakota mostly set up with paint booth. And honestly, I mean, it was like a pretty big event. Like, we all were tired at the end of it just because we held set up since kind of like early afternoon. But it was a great turnout. I mean, everyone had a great time. All the bands that were there, like Remadelics, Blue Knights, I think were there. And we had, I think the Amphibians, they're like a new band. I think that was like their first show that they had or something like that.
Yeah, that was a really cool show. That was all free. Shout out to the paint booth for that. El Central too. That was super rad of them to set that up for us. That was cool.
It was a good time.
Dakota, aren't you the one who always wears a hat when you guys perform?
Yeah, the captain's hat.
Can you tell
That's
me
what I'm known
about
for. I honestly, I went to the mall and I went to Hot Topic, like the first time I'd ever been in there, and I saw the hat and I fell in love and I bought it. Yeah. Yeah, it's been my hat ever since.
That's great.
Yeah, I got it hanging up right here.
Oh, there it is. Let's see. Nice. It's got its own place on the wall.
Yeah.
The Dakota staples are him playing with the hat and also being shoeless. Every good show, always shoeless, and it's great.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll never forget one time when he like completely lost his shoes before we left. So he just went.
Sometimes.
Dude, I heard you guys did a Jam in the Van gig once. Did you have no shoes and hat for that as well? Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, I definitely had the captain's hat, and I definitely took my shoes off for that. That was a very nerve-wracking show right there. Or like live stream. That was like little shaky, but you know, after we started playing, it started feeling good.
Yeah, tell me more about how that happened, how you got that gig, and what it was like, how it felt.
That was through. It was kind of like through a contest, and a bunch of our fan base, not our fan base, like more of our family, all got together and like voted for us and got us like, I think at 8th place in the contest, and then they ended up just having their top 10 do videos for them or the live stream. So yeah, that was really cool. Shout out to all the people that voted for us.
Shout out Jam in the Van.
Shout out Jam in the Van.
We can link them when we post this on YouTube. What did you think of that show, Javier? How did you feel about it?
I mean, yeah, it was just really nerve-wracking just because we drove all the way up to LA. And I mean, just like waiting outside. I mean, they had like a whole TV screen outside so you can see whoever was playing in there. And everyone was like super cool in there. We thought it was going to be kind of like, I thought it was going to be like super like strict, like, oh, just get up there, do it, and then just like leave. But like they just welcomed us in. I think Dakota just like walked through the side gate. I thought he was going to get like attacked by some dog. But yeah, everyone just welcomed us in and giving us drinks, just chilling out for a while. I think we stayed there for like a couple hours before we went back home.
It was just one big kickback.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you get to talk with other bands that were there playing in the van too?
Yeah. I don't remember any of the names, but we were just hanging out with them for quite a bit.
Just like, oh, you might be like super famous in a month. We're just chilling. Like,
Basically, they could have been famous. We don't know.
Yeah. We were just partying with them, so it was like, I don't know, a little hazy.
awesome.